Catholics are eusocial. Does everybody in the audience understand what the claim is? That you have a non-reproductive caste within Catholicism, other religions too, but Catholics are kind to us in that they make everything so elaborate that we can...
Worker bees don't reproduce.
Right.
Priests theoretically don't.
Yeah, priests theoretically don't, and neither do nuns. Well, I think most of them probably don't. Don't you agree?
Yes. Yeah.
So, all right, the question is, you allege in The Selfish Gene that a celibate clergy is a failure of Darwinian selection. My claim here is that this isn't a failure, that this is adaptive celibacy, that it serves a lineage-level purpose.
It's meme level. That's what's going on there.
But if it's meme level, then each of those priests and each of those nuns is involved in a spectacular loss of a reproductive opportunity. I mean, this is the argument you lay out. So the question is, why are they so vulnerable to accept? I mean, most people couldn't forego romance and sex if they tried. And yet you have a group of people that is triggered to avoid these things, and they do so in the service of a bunch of ideas that, yes, are literally false.
A bunch of ideas, that's exactly right, a bunch of memes. So memes that make some individuals, in Ireland, for example, it has traditionally been a prestigious thing for one member of the family, one brother, to become a priest, a celibate priest. So the priest devotes all his energy to proselytizing and spreading the meme, and all the other memes. The better to persuade other Catholics to have more children than they should, and so that.
But then isn't it interesting that this person who, according to you, is involved in a failure of Darwinism just so happens to behave in a way that his genes are likely to be spread by virtue of the fact that he's encouraging...
Not his genes, his memes.
No, his genes. He's part of a lineage.
Oh, as it happens in Ireland, yes, it's true.
Well, but I mean, this is my claim, is that it is almost always going to be the case in any persistent religion that where you have people engaged in what appears to be some spectacular failure of Darwinism, that they just so happen to be spreading ideas that will result in the genes that are allowing them to fail as Darwinian entities to succeed by the lineage that holds those beliefs
they
spreading
devote all their energies to spreading Catholic memes, and they don't have to bother with the time and the responsibilities of a family, so they're wholly devoted to spreading Catholic memes, including, incidentally, more than incidentally, the meme for celibacy.
Well, they spread the meme for celibacy, which my claim, I mean, if I'm right about this, then my point would be that Catholic lineages would actually do less well if everybody reproduced, that there is an advantage to having individuals who have stepped out of the reproductive market and therefore become capable of speaking on behalf of the lineage. That somebody who is outside, I mean, think about a priest can't make a ton of money, right? And they can't reproduce, right? At least not out in public. And so the point is that takes them out of two modes through which they might be corrupted. Somebody who can't be corrupted because they're not in a position, even if they were to accumulate money, they couldn't spend it without calling attention to themselves. And they're not in a position to be sexually corrupted, at least not out in public. And so those two mechanisms just so happen to put them in a position to speak for the lineage.
So what are we disagreeing about? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe nothing. But if that is the case, so all right, you say, what are we disagreeing about? Is Catholicism a mind virus?
Well, it's a complex of mind viruses. Yes.
That's what we're disagreeing about.
Okay,
my claim is that Catholicism is a complex of adaptations, that they are lineage-level adaptations, and that they are in large measure responsible for the success of lineages that hold this set of beliefs, having spread around the globe and having been so successful.